ftmKICKSTART. Good morning, afternoon, or evening as it applies. Hope everyone's doing well. This is week 24. Topic is unexpected changes from testosterone. I guess I didn't expect to be quite this hairy. I was so focused on just getting the facial hair that I didn't really think about all the other hair that was going to appear, and it's quite abundant. I'm not like a werewolf or anything, not that that's bad, but it's more than I was expecting. So, and I guess I kind of looked at my dad, and he's not super hairy. He has a very hairy chest, and he has a very, when he grows a beard, like it's a big beard. He looks like a lumberjack. But he doesn't really have a very hairy back, so I was just kind of hoping, but oh well. Going down to Florida in the summer, maybe I'll get my back hair waxed off. Exciting. Other unexpected changes. I guess this is more of a disappointment. Somebody's got to punch that dog in the face. I feel like a lot of guys, when they talk about clit growth from hormone therapy, they talk about their size, and it's fairly significant as far as I consider it, and I am not as lucky, I suppose. I'm not that big down there. And it's hard for me too, because the way I went onto testosterone was really weird. I have a video on my channel that talks about it. To summarize, I did 6 months estrogen blockers, which basically just stops that time of the month and sends you into an emotional spiral of disastrous consequences. And then it was 6 months on half a dose of oral testosterone, which is very slow. Like, it takes a long time for anything to happen, to notice any changes. And I think it's snowing. And then I think a year. I think in my video I said 6 months, but either 6 months or a year, I can't remember, of full dose oral testosterone, which is yeah, it's in focus, awesome. And I got a brand called Andriol. Oh, I can never be a surgeon. Look at these shaky hands. So half a dose was 1 orange pill in the morning and 1 at night with food, and full dose was 2. Testosterone is already hard on your liver, and when you're taking it orally, and so your body is absorbing it through your digestive system, it's even more hard on your liver, and I don't understand why the endo I went to thought that was a good idea. So if anyone goes through CAMH in Toronto and they send you to Dr. Bain for your hormone therapy, I would highly suggest talking to him and telling him, squirrel, and telling him you don't want to do the estrogen blockers and you want to start right on injectable testosterone. And if he says no, then I would find someone else, because it's no fun. Take it from me. So, disappointment. Oh yeah, that whole process has made it very difficult for me to know where I am. So I don't know if I'm still growing down there. I don't feel like I am, but it's hard for me to tell. So I'm a little, don't know what to expect still. I'll put a link to Hudson's FTM trans guide downstairs I'll have the specific link for the myths about testosterone, because that's good. It talks about, you know, roid rage is a myth, you won't grow taller with testosterone, lots of stuff like that. So I'll put that in the link below. Muscle growth, it does happen, but you're not gonna, you know, wake up one day and be super lean and fit. You have to eat properly and you have to exercise to help your muscles grow, but they'll be more willing to grow while you're on testosterone, which is really nice. It's very encouraging. The voice is good, something I've heard on other videos. The male voice is deeper because the vocal cords are thicker, but also men speak from their tummies. Now there's a lot of resonance in the male voice, so that's something I try and focus on when I talk, to sort of bring my voice up from my chest. And I don't really understand what that means, and so sometimes I have a hard time trying to figure out how to do that, but I just focus and I try and make it so I can feel my chest vibrating when I talk, which I can kind of feel now, because women speak through their throats. What else? The way I feel, I wasn't expecting to get quite as emotionally distraught as I did on estrogen blockers, because I've always been a very stoic person when it comes to my emotions. It takes a lot to set me over the edge. Started off and it was alright, you know, like the first month was kind of like waiting for that time of the month to stop. I was kind of focused on that. Subsequently it just got worse and worse, and I was losing control of myself, and I couldn't stop emotional outbursts, and it got really bad, and I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was stronger than that mentally, and it was a really weird disconnect, because in my head I could look objectively at the situation and say, oh, you should do this, like this is what you should do, and then I'd go into the situation and just blah, like, and my head was like, what the fuck are you doing, like, oh my god. So yeah, beware of that. Like, hormones are powerful. And then now on testosterone, I still kind of get a bit emotional, still get choked up by weird things, and that's very strange. Didn't expect that. So I'll see you guys next week. I'll put some resources down below, and have a good weekend, guys.